I recently had a conversation with a business owner, and after looking into several deals in the past few months, I have to admit that this is the first time that I'm really considering to buy the business. Last year alone, the business made over $850K US in revenue. If you want to know more about the structure of the deal, what the business owner and I talked about, and what the next steps will be, then stay tuned until the end of the video. I've been into business acquisition for the past few months now. Usually I looked on a platform called Flippa. I will put the link down in the description so that you can have a look at it too. And on Flippa, there are mostly online businesses for sale. Over the platform, I got in contact with different business owners. I had a few talks with them too, but I was never convinced enough to buy any of those businesses so far. Additionally to Flippa, I am subscribed to different newsletters, and through one of those newsletters I got to the $850K US deal. Next up, I want to run you through some important information so that you get a better overview over the deal as well. The business essentially does food delivery in Switzerland. It has been around for decades, which is obviously important because you don't want to have a business that has just grown recently, because then it's not necessarily recession proof, it's not really resistant, and you don't really have a brand supporting it. There is a smaller kitchen to prepare the food. There's also an office included there, but essentially there's no space to eat for the customers, so it's all completely delivery. Additionally, the business has around 20 employees, a few of them working full-time and mostly part-time. In general, the business is built very lean so that the costs are as small as possible. The numbers of the business look really good. STE is around $210K US a year, and this is calculated if you add the profits of the business and the salary that's paid out to the owner. As you can see on the table, the net sales decreased from 2022 to 2023 quite dramatically, and then they increased again for the year 2024, but still there's quite a decrease from 2022 to 2024, which is a bit of a concern, and this is definitely something I still have to talk about with the owner. Personnel expenses decreased too, which is very good because this means that the owner really has made the business leaner than before, but also EBITDA and net profit decreased if you compared 2022 to 2024. And these are definitely things I have to get more into then too. I only talked about an hour with the owner, but I have the feeling that he is a super cool guy, which is obviously really important because business is always about relationships. For the meeting, I prepared different questions and he was very positively surprised by them. If you ever have such a meeting, here are some questions you can ask the owner. What is the role of the current owner? How much will I be supported by the owner if I take over the business? What is the profile you are looking for in the new owner? And what were the main challenges in the past 2 to 3 years? Obviously, in addition to these questions, it's really important to prepare in general for the meeting, which means you obviously already have some information beforehand. Go through that in detail and really know about the most important stuff of the business, because this way you will have a great first impression with the owner. The biggest advantages of the business, at least in my opinion, are first, that 95% of all customers are reoccurring. Second, the brand has a great reputation in the area. And third, it has been around for a long time, approximately 30 years. As for the disadvantages, there's mainly one disadvantage that I see. The owner wants to get out of the business to get a new job. In the end, he makes an STE of around $210K US every year, and according to him, he only works 60% in the business. Plus, he also told me that he absolutely loves the work he's doing. So my main question is, why does he actually want to sell? This does not make a lot of sense to me at the moment. The main opportunity, at least in my opinion, is that the percentage of new customers is only at around 5%, meaning there's huge opportunity when it comes to implementing marketing and sales systems. The owner is around 50 years old, I would guess at least, and he's not really involved when it comes to what works with marketing and sales these days. I would personally say I have a strong marketing and sales background, and this is definitely something I can bring into the business, because it's also super important that if you want to acquire a business, you should bring some value to the business too. The next step will be that I will hand in a non-binding offer, which also includes the structure of the deal from a financial perspective. I will most likely go for 30% of my own cash, 55% through a bank loan, and 15% through seller financing. Seller financing basically means that I will pay the money over time with the profits of the business directly to the owner. In addition to the financials, I also have to include the preferred takeover date and the handover of the ownership. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is the first deal I'm really considering to do. If you want to acquire a business too, get out there and look for deals, because you will only become better through repetition and by taking action. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe so you're not gonna miss any more videos in the future.